Alright, my name is Dr. Earthcooler, and I have learned that in order to be successful in the Stanley Parable, you have to do exactly as the man says. So, let's go.
Stanley decided to go to the staff lounge to check on his co-workers. He never functioned well by himself and constantly needed support and guidance from others, so the thought of total solitude was terrifying to him.
I really don't need support, but
When Stanley came to a set of
we'll
two
just get through
open
the doors.
he entered the door on his left.
No. I mean, yes, of course. Doing exactly as you say,
As
Master.
Stanley entered the lounge, he was horrified to find not a single person here. He decided he would walk up to see his boss,
Let's go see my
hoping that
boss.
he would find an answer there.
Because he's the boss man. Okay. I just
Coming
get
to a
sidetracked
staircase,
off as other
Stanley
people's
walked
offices.
upstairs to his boss's office.
No one's here.
Entering his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
There's a
It
password
was
here.
at this point that he began to feel dizzy and a little sick, and even thought he might pass out when suddenly
Maybe
he
I'm just
noticed
the only
a
one who
keypad
decided to come up to work
next
today.
to
Maybe
the
it's a
file
Saturday.
cabinet in the corner
People don't work
of
on
his boss's
Saturdays.
office. Stanley had never seen this panel before and had no idea what combination of numbers would produce any result. In fact, only Stanley's boss knew this, since the panel withheld access to the boss's greatest, darkest secret. And so he had assigned the keypad a combination that only he could possibly know. The number of his freshman dorm number in college.
Which is?
1957. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Oh, I know it.
Incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing.
Quite amazing.
Stanley ventured forth into the newly
Wait.
as he
Yeah,
grew
well,
deeper
never
into
mind.
the bowels of the building. Stanley had no idea where he was or what this place held. And just as he began to think he might not discover a thing, he emerged into a long room to find
Yes.
rows and rows of monitors.
420.
Screens
Yep.
with a
Yep.
number
There's
above
me.
it. Stanley noticed, however, that these were not random numbers.
They weren't.
But the number of employees who worked in the building.
But there's
His
only.
co-workers.
Why is
Even
it
his own number, 427, had a
2,
place
4,
in the
5, and it
But
doesn't.
why a setup
there's
so
no 3.
elaborate, he asked. Was this simple surveillance, or something even more? And as if in answer to his question, the walls slid open before
Ah,
him,
wonderful.
revealing
Okay.
the ultimate truth of the situation. An enormous control
Hey, pal.
panel, Stanley discovered, but not one that
What are
controlled
these?
simple machinery.
Lights.
Buttons were labeled with emotions. Happy, sad. Levers and knobs controlled actions. Walking, eating, doing work,
Who's
or
controlling
watching
me
TV.
there?
Every input on this device
Oh, no.
monitored not the functions of a machine, but of a human being. And the reality began to sink in. Stanley, like so many other people, reduced to images on a monitor, had been under someone's control, always at the mercy of this machine. Could this have been the
Just fill
only
these
reason
buttons.
employee number 427 was content with his boring job? That a machine had altered his emotions to accept it? He began to feel an unbridled rage, and at the peak of his anger, something happened. A spark. Stanley looked up and saw the generator overhead, still providing some small amount of power to the machine, keeping it alive. And knowing that this generator was all that kept the controls running, Stanley moved to the ladder in the back of the room and began to climb towards the rafters.
At the pose, we might as well. I mean, there's nothing else. Doesn't appear as though there's anything else we can do. Climb, see more. Or climb,
The higher
Stanley.
Stanley climbed, the closer he felt to freedom. The further
I can
from
smell
his
freedom? Is freedom a smell? What does freedom smell like? Does it smell like whiskey? Engage? Disengage. Oh, it's the green one. Because it's green. Green things seem to be Good.
Oh, Stanley.
Good. Yeah,
You didn't just activate the controls,
yeah, I
you?
did. Is that bad?
After it kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself? Is that what you wanted? Control?
Give me. No,
Stanley.
wait, no. Reverse.
Stanley. I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do.
It
You
will
were
give
meant to
me
let it go.
freedom.
Turn the controls off and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do better than that.
Well, that's a lot.
I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you have. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent,
I doubt it.
Stanley suddenly realized that he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system.
Nope.
In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode,
Sweet.
eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Oh, let's make it say, 2 minutes. Now, this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley?
No, it's not.
Go ahead. Play with those controls all you like. The real controls are where I'm sitting.
Nope.
Did you really ever believe you held any power?
I do hold power.
Did you not think I knew what I was doing?
You do not.
When I erased your co-workers and turned off the machine, I was offering you freedom,
Oh, ankles.
an escape. I didn't have to do that. I've run this story many times, and I don't always set you free. Sometimes you just sit there, day after day after day, doing your job forever, and then dying alone. But when I actually give you the freedom to control your own actions, it's not enough. I let you go, and you trapped yourself just the same. You just weren't made to handle this sort of
How
responsibility.
do these buttons work? Oh,
But
God.
You know what you
Oh,
were
God.
made for? Pushing buttons. You get it now? Oh, I'm enjoying it.
I'm not.
Tell you what, I'll throw some extra time on the clock just because I'm having so much fun. There we go. You see, I want to watch you for every long second you try to puzzle this out.
No.
After all, it should make sense, right? The timer, the
Oh, I know.
nuclear detonation, the mysterious facility, it's all here.
I have to push
This
the
is
buttons.
a video
On
game.
the right. No, it's not. This
Except
is life.
for one thing there, hero. You've got no weapon, no vehicle. You don't even know where you're going. When you saw that timer, you just instinctively started trying to find an
Yes, I
exit,
did. Yes, I
didn't
did.
you? In fact,
I
I bet you're still looking
am.
for a way out. I bet you're
I
clicking
don't
on
know what
everything
to
in this room,
do.
trying to open doors
Oh,
or vents
no.
or something and solve the puzzle. As though this game has a solution, as though it can be won.
But it
That
can.
timer is not a catalyst to keep things moving along.
It's not.
It's
You're
just
right.
seconds ticking away to your death.
I'm dead. I'm
This
dead.
is not a challenge.
Well,
It's a tragedy. It's the moment when the hero realizes that despite his best efforts, he is powerless to his
I
environment.
am powerless.
And then he lets go.
I don't.
He
I don't know.
surrenders.
I have surrendered.
He
Wow,
dies.
this guy's a mind reader. Some sort of psychic.
30 seconds, Stanley.
Actually, 35.
30 seconds. Until a boom.
30,
And then
30 seconds now.
No ending to this story, just you dying.
Mm-mm.
I suppose you could have gotten an actual ending if you played along, but that just wouldn't have been your style, would
No.
it? Instead, you'll perish knowing that the only choice you made here was to turn on that machine and to start
Yep,
this timer.
it started the timer,
You
and I
won't be
died.
alone.
I don't know
You're
what
not
I'm
going
doing.
I'll be
Okay.
here to watch every second of your inevitable life from the time we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever after.
And that's the end of this.